Hello, my name is Caleb, and today we're going to be talking about the popular books I still have not read. I have 8 books that are really popular and I still have not read yet. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to be starting with books that aren't a huge deal, but then we're going slowly up until it's like mandatory, you need to read this or I will murder you. So that's fun. The first book that I have is a book that I've seen and heard amazing things about for years and years and years. There was a movie and everybody was excited and then the movie flopped and then I never read it. Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. This has been on my TBR since like 2012. It's been so long. Like this was the Throne of Glass series of 2012. This was the thing that everybody loved and everybody was reading and I just never did. All the things I've heard from this book sounds like something I would enjoy. I've heard great things and I want to pick it up, so I don't know when I'm going to. Yeah, if you've read this, is it worth it? Like, I've heard this one's garbage, but then they get so good, and like, I was that way with City of Bones. Like, the first book is really bad, but they get amazing from there on. If this is a Mortal Instruments level of love, I'm ready to commit. So let me know how you feel about these. I would like to maybe read them. Moving on. The next book that I have is a book that I've seen and heard amazing things about for years and years. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I have heard about this book for years. I'm pretty sure there's a movie happening, like it might be going into production, or like I don't even know if they've cast it yet. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on because I haven't read it, so I don't really care. I've heard that the writing and the world is so rich and that it's just fantastic, and I'm here like, I don't know what it's about. Video games and like finding something in the game. I don't know. I really have no idea. The font is really small and that scares me. The next book is another book that I heard amazing things about, especially the TV show. Like, I've heard it's been killing it, but like, I'm not gonna watch the show because like, naked people. Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I know that this isn't like a huge thing on BookTube. This is more of a pop culture thing, but like, I want to be in the know of pop culture. Like, this is such a thing. Like, everybody talks about the characters and like random things that are happening. Like, these books aren't even finished yet. Like, he's still writing the one book and it's been like a million years, so it's like I don't want to jump onto this bandwagon and then be like 30 when the last book is coming out. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. Every single year he's been like, oh, I'm publishing the next book this year, and he said that the past like 5 years, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Whatever, it's fine, it's great. I don't know what it's about. This is how I feel that I haven't read these books yet. So the next book is a book that came out last summer and I actually started reading it, but then I stopped because a reason. This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I love V.E. Schwab. Her writing is so rich and immersive and her characters are bomb and her storytelling is great, and when I heard the premise of this book I was so ready to read that book. I started it and then I wasn't really feeling it and then I set it down and then I never picked it back up. The final book in this duology is coming out in the summer and I don't want to be behind on an entire V.E. Schwab series. Wait, it's Victoria Schwab, right? Oh no, I mean Victoria, my bad. But I'd like to read it. It's a pretty book. I love V.E. Schwab. The font is really big. I'm digging that font. So the next book is a high fantasy book that's been on my radar for I don't even know how long, but it's been a long time. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know much about these, but I know they like eat metal, and I know there's like a heist thing going on, and I know that the writing is amazing and that it's high fantasy, and I've heard that it's just pure epic. I didn't even buy this book until a few weeks ago. It's like I honestly have not heard a single bad thing about this book. Still haven't read it. Don't know when I'm gonna get to it either. It's like I want to, but like I might not. So the next book is a book that I've actually started already and I wasn't feeling it, and it's fine. Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. Here's the rundown. I loved all of Rick Riordan's books. Emphasis on the past tense of love. I loved the Percy Jackson books. I loved the Heroes of Olympus. The Blood of Olympus happened. The series ended really bad and that's fine. It was one book. Then the Trials of Apollo came out and it was horrible. 1 star. It was not enjoyable. I didn't like any of the characters. The only reason I stuck around was because of all the Percy Jackson characters. I liked seeing them, but I was like, can their story just be done? I've heard that this is his best series too, and I'm like, I want to pick this up and I want to love it, but my fear is if I don't like this, then my love for Rick Riordan is just dying because it's like his last 3 books I haven't liked, and I'm scared. I love Rick Riordan, but like, what if I don't like any of his books anymore? Like, now I'm scared to reread the Percy Jackson series, because what if I hate them? Okay, we gotta move on or I'm gonna like collapse. The next book is a book I've had forever and that everybody always tells me to read, and it's like, I know know I need to read it, but like, thanks for the reminder. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Here's the rundown. This came out in May of 2015, or yeah, something like that. And I bought the book when it came out, ready to join this series by book 1. Be like the OG, oh yeah, well I've read this new huge book series by book 1. Like, haha, where are you? Like, it's always such a title to be able to say that you are there on book 1. I expected this to be huge, and everybody was raving about it forever. And I was like, okay, I need to get on this. This was my #1 need read of 2016. And I never even read it. Then the sequel comes out. 2 more books were announced, and I'm like, oh. Great. The final book I have is the book that everybody tells me I need to read the most. Everybody ever is like, Caleb, read this book. Caleb, you need to read this book. This is my favorite of 2016. This is the best book ever. Every time I mention this series or this author or anything about this book in general, somebody brings up this book. Somebody brings up that I haven't read this book and that I need to read this book. That book is my dear friend, A Court of Mist and Fury. Everybody always is telling me that I need to read this, that this is the best book of 2016, and that this is an amazing series. I'm not in the mood for a 600-page fantasy book at the moment. It intimidates me, and like, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. Like, I can tell you for a gosh dang fact, this book will be read before ACOWAR. So yes, I'm scared of this book. Let me know in the comments below if you are too. So these were some of the most popular books that I own right now that I still have not read yet. Let me know the popular books you still have not read yet in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye! Hey, if you're still here, make sure to hit me with that yeah boy in the comments section down below. Oh! It's fine, I don't care about that book.